I guess that's why I'm not a barista. That's not good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, it's been so long. It feels so weird to say that. I think it's been almost a year since I've uploaded last. And even then I feel like it was like just a rushed video. And I'm so sorry if you can hear my AC. Without the AC, I'm dying. But with the AC, I'm low-key cold and have a sweater. Arizona things. I don't want to lie and say that I'm gonna try to stick to a schedule again. It's just hard with like school and everything, but I'm trying my best. So first upload, hopefully I'm gonna do it more frequently, but I also want to have a switch of content. I feel like over the pandemic I got really into reading, and I mean I always like read, but not like a lot. I feel like people just in general have been reading more, and so it like influenced me low-key, and I got into reading, and I've been reading a lot. So that leads me into today's video. Today's video is going to be a summer reading wrap-up. So all the books that I read over the summer, there's not that many books. I had a little bit of a reading slump, and I didn't read for like a whole month. So it's more like May and June, because July I did not read. But yeah, so that's what this video is going to be about, and let's get into it. Also, what I want to say, it'll be linked down below, but I made a book Instagram account, so I just like upload pictures of the books that I read, and then I do like little reviews, and we'll give you like a little synopsis about it. So after I read, like I write it down so I will remember, because gotta be honest, like so many books, like can't really remember them all. And it also helps that I have a book journal. I won't go into depth like what's in it now. I'll just give you like little sneak peeks, but maybe I could do a video about that in the future, like going into like how I annotate and how I organize this book journal. I will give you a little sneak peek. I literally just write a synopsis about the book and my favorite quotes, and this got destroyed because I was writing and it started raining on me. So let me know if you guys want a video like that in the future. I'm being honest, I'm probably just gonna make it anyways. The first book that I read this summer was Teach Me by R.A. Nelson. This was literally just me going to like a little bookshop, and I saw this, and then I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but that's exactly what I did. I literally read the back and I was like, I'm taking this. It's about a student-teacher romance, which I've never really read things like that, but it intrigued me, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna give it a go. So, okay, so you know the trope, student-teacher. I actually really liked this book. The only things that I would have to say are negative was there's so much information, and at times I feel like it was like overbearing, and like some of the information honestly could have just been left out and we would have been fine. And I don't think they give us, I don't think the author really gave a lot of attention to the main characters. Like the relationship was weird in general. I don't want to give too much away, because if you guys ever want to read it, I don't want spoilers in this video. So I actually give this book 2.5 stars. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite. Still good, not where I'm gonna give it like 1 or 0, but it could have been more executed like in a better way. The next books that I read were a part of a series, the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. These books gained so much attention over the summer because of the show adaptation that Amazon did, and that's honestly one of the reasons why I wanted to read the book so badly. I like heard of them before, but I feel like they didn't get as popular until TikTok started talking about it and getting ready for the show. And so I was like, you know what, now's my time to read it, because I will be comparing. definitely like the books more. I mean, there's only one season, so they only did one book, but I feel like the show like changed a lot and they added their own thing that kind of took away from like the main things in the book. People who've read the book and watched the series will know, but it was still really good. And the books are really good too. The first one's very cringy and wasn't my favorite, but the second and third book definitely made up for it. It was more like the characters were grown up, very like more adulting things versus like adolescence and like little childhood crushes, you know. Favorite book would probably be the third one. I feel like it was messy, like really messy. Like, I don't want to like say too much. It's basically about these childhood friends that go to the summer house every summer because their moms are best friends. And this girl, Belly, she has a crush on one of the boys, one of the brothers. And then it, like, one summer she like has a glow up basically, and then they both like her, and it's just kind of like them fighting over her in a way. And you guys just have to read it if you haven't read it yet. I give this series 4 stars. It's not the best, but I still really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm gonna stick with that rating. The next book I read was Where the Crawdads Sing. This book also was hyped over TikTok because of the movie that just came out. And I'm not gonna lie, I read this book a long time ago and I didn't retain any information from it. So I reread it before me and my friend saw the movie because Miss Daisy Edgar Jones was in it and I adore her. But the book, I feel like the plot was really good, but it, like the little stuff, it's just like a lot of information. I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but like I just don't like when books like drag things on. Obviously movies have to cut down a lot of information that's in the book, but I feel like that's why I was a big fan of the movie, was they got straight to the point and they didn't spend a lot. Okay, so like the book, it spends a lot of time going over how this one girl grows up, Kaya. So it's about this girl who's basically like living on her own. She had to grow up really fast because her mom left, then all her siblings left when they got older, and her dad like never cared for them. So she was forced to be an adult at a young age and care for herself. So she was always like looked down upon with the other people in the town. So when this one like golden boy ends up dead, they like immediately think it's her because they saw like them hanging out, and so it's like following like that murder trial. So at the end we do find out who kills the boy, and I'm not gonna say who it was because major spoiler. The movie just went straight to the point, and I feel like it was easier to follow than being like thrown all this information. That makes sense. And one thing I really enjoyed was like they like in the book, Kaya is always making these like recipes, and because she's from North Carolina, so it's like more southern stuff. And then in the back of the book, the author lists the recipes, and I thought that was so cool. I feel like all these books I like, but not enough to give it like top tier 5 stars. This book I give it 3 stars. This book is definitely gonna stay in the 3-star category for me because I don't know, I feel so bad. Like I feel like I'm not giving anything 5-star, but no book is gonna live up to Verity for me. I don't know if you guys have read that. That's really like my first 5-star rating, and it's gonna stay like that. Like I always like compared books to that because that's just top tier, and I feel like nothing has intrigued me as much as that book, but not to like give away to these other ones. I enjoyed the plot. I like how there's romance, and I like the plot twist at the end, but just like the other stuff in between wasn't my favorite. So the last book that I read this summer was every summer after. Literally, everyone was talking about it too. I feel like I'm just so like heavily influenced by book talk. This was honestly such the perfect summer read because it takes place every summer following like a lot of years, honestly. So it's about this one girl, Persephone, who goes to her summer's cottage every summer, and this one particular summer she met these two boys who were brothers that lived next door, and she immediately became friends with both of them, but she was closer to one brother, and so they were best friends. And this book has kind of a weird timeline. Every other chapter is like the past, so all these like summers growing up as a child, and then to now, and I think it's 12 years like in the future. So it's like kind of weird, like it goes back and forth. That's the only thing like I didn't like. I kind of felt like it was nice because it wasn't just focusing on like one particular time, so it gave you like the whole story without ever like losing you in a way. So I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that her and the one brother that she was really close to, they started dating, and something ultimately like led them to break up, and then they didn't talk for 12 years. Then 12 years in the future, they start something brings them together back at their like cottage, like summer getaway basically, and just stuff happened. I don't want to give too much away, but really good book. That was the book that started my book slump and then ended my book slump, if that makes sense. Like halfway through it, there was, I think I went like a few weeks without finishing the book, so I was like, I had to refresh my memory and everything, but I don't know why I did that because it was really good and highly recommend before fall starts. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry it's literally only talking about 6 books. That's just the slump I was in this summer. I can definitely make a video about like tropes, books that fell under that I thought were really good, maybe books I didn't like and you should stay clear from. And yeah, I'm gonna explore this book YouTube world because I love reading, and it's just nice to talk about it because if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you love it too, and we have that in common. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Please like, share, subscribe, follow me on my socials, especially the book Instagram account. You'll get summaries and the review and quotes and just stuff like that I kind of don't have time to talk about that now. And yeah, hopefully I'll be seeing you guys really soon in another video.